distorted by design, flawed on purpose, for purpose, emotional fatigue, emotional loading and overloading. What's going on, my high vibrational individual expressions of God on earth? This your boy, Dr. Will Rogers, aka Master Teacher 33. Got another nugget you need to drop in your lap today. Brothers and sisters, you are distorted by design. You're flawed on purpose, for a purpose. You should not allow anyone to emotionally manipulate or emotionally dump on you, even though it's justified. We're all flawed. There's none righteous, no, not one. We all have a specific purpose, a specific destiny, a specific diakonia. You have to be careful, otherwise you're getting to people pleasing, which leads to emotional fatigue. You become and you get into decision fatigue, where you get fatigued because you're being forced, because of the times, to make decisions. So a lot of time, the key is less is more. Making less decisions actually leads to more clarity and better success. You want to streamline your focus. You want to make sure that every day that you're doing and engaging in purpose-based decisions. Now, you know, I do purpose for a living. I got into purpose because I didn't have purpose. I was like a man without a country. I was going through life and I had no meaning. I was not able to find my niche. And I was suffering from a lack of clarity. I was not able to operate in a space where the amount of energy that I was putting in, I was getting that same energy back. And so there's a lot of people, especially now, because of artificial intelligence, that we are engaged in activities that are not purpose-based. And you can tell when you are engaged in an activity that is not purpose-based because you spend way more energy than you receive. You find yourself burnt out. You are suffering from decision fatigue. You are suffering from emotional fatigue. You're suffering from financial fatigue. You're suffering from psychological, spiritual, and mental fatigue. You're overwhelmed. You're exhausted. And the reason that we become overwhelmed and become exhausted, we put ourselves in places and in positions and in relationships that we shouldn't be in because they're not purpose-based. They're not moving you in the direction of your God-given purpose, your God-given destiny, your God-given diakonia. It's very important that you connect with myself or someone like me who understands your giftedness. You're flawed on purpose for purpose. Most people are trying to hide or get rid of their flaws instead of embracing and monetizing their flaws. See, your job is to find yourself. When you find yourself, you find your source. You find your source, you find source. God, the universe, the big G, Yahushua the HaMashiach. Come unto me, all that are heavy laden. Your job is to make sure that you cast your cares. That simply means that you need to get into a space where you're operating from a position where you're not hungry, but you're starving. See, when you're starving, you don't allow comfort to confuse you. Most people are comfortable. Most people may be hungry, but they're not starving. See, when I was a kid, we were forced to fast. One of the things about when you're fasting, you get hungry. When you get hungry, you get determined. You get real focused. You get desperate. You're willing to do anything. Moral, immoral, legal, illegal. Now, I'm not suggesting that you engage in any immoral activities or any illegal activities. We're adults now. We know that we don't have to be in a space where we become so desperate, where we entertain, negative habit patterns. But what I am saying is that you have to lock in and become firm, fair, and consistent when it comes to your purpose, destiny, and diaconia, regardless of what's going on around you. Streamline your focus. Make sure that you align your mind with your God-given design. Make sure you treat people the way that you want to be treated. But don't overextend yourself. Don't put yourself in positions where you know you can't grow. Make sure that you align your mind with your God-given design, and then you're guaranteed to shine. The reason that most people don't shine is they have not aligned their mind with their God-given design, because it's innate. So what I'm doing right now is innate. For some people, what I'm doing right now will be difficult. Some people will be very uncomfortable if they was engaged in an activity. So action. Action is I on act. The word action means that I'm on act. So you're actors. The whole world is a stage. But you got a specific role that you're supposed to be acting. You're supposed to be playing a specific character. I'm playing the character in this lifetime of Master Teacher 33. That's how the script, that's how the scriptures, that's how my name, that's how my date of birth, that's how my ley lines, the place of birth, that's how my blood type, that's how the stars, the cosmology, the theology, my biology are all in alignment to express itself as a Master Teacher 33. That's why I'm being, I'm not doing, I'm being. Being means exuding. So I give off of the aura. I give off the frequency. I give off the vibe. I give off the vibration. Now, a lot of people don't understand it. Favor ain't fair. Calling, a lot of people are called, but there's very few that are chosen. You must answer the call, pick up the phone, to see how you've been selected, chosen, gifted, designed. All of the attributes and characteristics of your person, what we call your personality, that creates your personal reality. You suffer when you operate outside. When you get above or below the way God designed you. You got a specific frequency range. My frequency range is I'm a researchologist. I'm an etymologist. I love esoteric, hidden information. I like revealing, explaining, illuminating, simplifying, hidden, esoteric, history, real though, not man-made. Man write histories, but source code reveals truth. Your job is to be in alignment with your spirit. So in your gut, you have this feeling. Your head, your heart, and your gut. Your gut is your first brain. You want to operate from your gut. Sure, you bring your heart and your head with you, but you make decisions from your first brain, from your gut. That's how you know you're in alignment with your assignment. When your gut and your heart and your head, they're all activated to establish and to bring you bread. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. What is the elephant in the room? The elephant in the room is when you got your purpose. You're doing everything right, but nothing's working. You're doing everything right. You dotted every I. You dotted every T. To your knowledge, you've done everything right. That's when you have to stand. And having done all, stand. That's when you put on the armor of God. That's when you put on the breastplate of righteousness. That's when you show out your feet with the gospel of peace. That's when you put on the helmet of salvation. The word of God, the sword, it is the shield of faith. The only offensive weapon is a sword. Everything else is a defensive weapon, it's protection. So you have to walk in a state of what I call now frequency. You don't have the book, pick it up. It's only $49, now frequency. You have to live in the frequency of God, source, universe, all-knowing, all-power, all-present, all-simple, all-loving, a five-dimensional being. That's you. You have to maestro or master all five dimensions. When everything's going on wrong, you have to guard against decision fatigue. Because when everything's going wrong, quote unquote, according to your definition, it's actually going right. So sometimes things fall apart so that way they can fall together. Sometimes things fall apart so they can fall together. Your job is to use discernment. Your job is to expand your consciousness. Your job is to operate on a level where there is no devil. Your job is to see through all the smoke and mirrors. That requires for you to stand firm on faith. That requires for you to operate and know whose you are and know who you are. Whose and who? Whose are you? Who your daddy? Who your spiritual pappy? Some people don't have a relationship with their spiritual pappy. Now, again, it ain't your fault. You probably went to Ebenezer Baptist. I mean, not you personally, but people you know. So I'm not talking about rely on. I'm not talking about rely on, where you relying upon a system outside of you. Nah, bro, this is not about religion. This is about a personal, private, productive relationship with God. Source, Yahushua the HaMashiach. We have this treasure inside. The kingdom of God is within. In, out. You can't go out and go in. You can't go somewhere to find and get God. You gotta get still. Get quiet. Withdraw. Less is more. Tune in to the Spirit. Walk in the Spirit. Cannot, will not fulfill the lust of the flesh. It's very important, especially in these times when there's so many distractions. See, distractions cause inactions. You can easily tell someone who's distracted because they are inactive. Movement is magic. Come on, preacher. Movement is magnetic. Movement creates miracles. That's why every day you have to get up and move. Exercise is exorcism. There is a physical component, like I talked about last night. Melanated people have big features, big ears, usually, nose, lips, hands, feet, private areas, we'll put it that way. So those big features connect to the sensory cortex that's across your brain. Big features bring in bigger sensations. Bigger sensations activate nerves, create bigger connections, potentially good and bad. You can use this gift of the homunculus for negativity, or you can use it for positivity. So you have been distorted by design. Negro, it ain't by accident. It's very important. Now, for most folk, I know, this above your pay grade. I ain't mad at you, homie. This ain't no new believer show. In order for you to understand, you must understand cosmology. The average out of Keeper know nothing about their cosmological history. Then you must understand theology. The average out of Keeper got religion, but they don't have theology, spirituality. Then you must understand the smoking gun, biology. The average out of Keeper know nothing about their biological systems. How does your cell work? How does the neurons in your brain work? How does the reticular activating system work? How does the parasympathetic nervous system work? How does autophagy work? Bruh, how does the oculus, how does your eyeballs work? You don't see with your eyes, homie. You see through your eyes. You see with your brain. The average Negro knows nothing about biology, but they know everything about the Dallas Cowboys. They know everything about their favorite sports team. They know everything about their favorite hip-hop show. They can sing songs off the dome, 20 songs in a row. They know all the lyrics, but they don't know nothing about themselves. They don't know nothing about their biology. They don't know nothing about their theology. They know nothing about cosmology. The average Negro is dumb as beep. I mean, not you personally, but people you know. So in order for you to grow, you got to know. In order for you, not you personally, people you know. In order for you to know, you got to grow. What does that mean, though? Get away from decision fatigue. Stop overriding making decisions that doesn't take you in the direction of your purpose. You got one question you need to answer today as I bring this message to a close. You need to answer one question. Is the people, is the places, and is the things in my life taking me in the direction of my God-given purpose, destiny, and diaconia? Oh, you don't know what your purpose, your destiny, your diaconia is? Go to the website, get the diaconia report today. Why? Where purpose is not known, abuse is inevitable. The average Negro I know, they walk around doing a whole bunch of shitsnicks. So you're the jack of all trades, but you're the master of none. Not you personally. Not you personally. People you know. Not you, boo-boo. So it's very important that you what's up, my brother? Brother Vaughn, what's going on, bro? And so it's very important that you over, and understand it's greater he that's in you than he that's in the world. But you got to get to know you. You can't spend time researching all of these habits, all these hobbies. You have to be starving. Some of y'all are hungry, but you ain't starving. I know what it feels like to be when you are starving. When I was a little kid, we was forced to fast. They didn't ask me, hey, Will, you want to go without food for a week? That's not what they did, Brother V. They didn't do me like that, bro. They just said, Negro, you ain't eating. They didn't consult me, bro. I like to eat. One thing about going without food, you go through different stages. The longer you go without food, after about 4 or 5 days, you don't even need food. You get to a place where you learn to live without the distraction so you can take massive actions. Food is actually a distraction. We really, if we melanated, you really designed to live off the sun, homie. Not you personally, but people you know. If you really understand melanin, you get your energy from the sun. Now we consume plants and other stuff that pull the photosynthesis from the sun. That's the same thing that you do. That's the same thing that melanin does. Melanin is nothing but photosynthesis, except it's a human version. So brothers and sisters, that's why you have to know your purpose. That's why you have to stay connected. So that way you don't fall in and become overwhelmed with all the stuff that's going on in the world today and suffer from decision fatigue and emotional overwhelm. And where you become distracted. Distraction leads to inaction. So make sure you stay connected with somebody like myself that's going to assist you with connecting to the source of all creation that's inside of you. It's not outside, it's inside. Because we have this treasure hidden in earthen vessels. Well, my brothers and sisters, I know y'all got stuff to do. I got things to do. I appreciate you. Make sure you pick up my book on the frequency now, or now frequency, so that way you understand what frequency you have to be in right now. If you don't have your Dear Canoe report, make sure you pick up your 750-page Dear Canoe report today by going to the website, dearcanoereport.com. Man, I love y'all. I got a couple of more minutes to get it. Appreciate you. Brother V, thanks for joining in, my brother. Man, I'm going to see y'all at the top. God bless.